Now, after working with hundreds of YouTubers and growing at least a dozen YouTube channels myself, I've started to see a pattern about what makes a successful channel, what makes channels grow faster, and what I would potentially now do if I was to start another channel and start over, especially as a coach or educational creator. So this strategy I'm about to go through is what I would do from day 1 to day 90 if I was wanting to explode the growth of my channel and my business as well. And this is from a sales point of view. So I'm going to be focused on generating sales for your business. So it's not going to be about trying to go viral or trying to get monetized or, trying to get hundreds of thousands of views. It's going to be about getting the right views to generate leads and sales for your business. And this strategy is relatively simple. It is actually one that I'm going to go through. It's only got 5 steps. And if you're an educational creator or you're just getting started or you already have a business, then this can still work for you. I'm actually implementing some of this now inside my business again to fire up my channel and to switch niche slightly. So even if you're pivoting your niche or you're trying to fire up your channel and business again, this strategy is going to work for you. So the first part of my action plan is that you want to have a goal. So what is the goal of your channel? The goal or the outcome of your channel, of these views. So I'm going to assume that you're not just growing a channel because you want to get views and you want people to see your videos. You probably have a purpose behind it, and that is generating leads and sales for your business and growing your brand. So we want to look at the goal. What is the end goal? And reverse engineer that. So if the goal is making sales for your course or getting clients to book calls or getting more people to buy your products and services, then you want to start with that goal in mind. And you really want to actually have one goal for one group of people with one problem and one solution. So I'm a big fan of these niche channels that literally just fix one problem for one group of people. So we don't want to overcomplicate things and have problems that we're fixing for multiple people. So I could obviously speak on YouTube and that would help businesses, it would help hobbyists, it would help just about everybody out there. So YouTube has a lot of functionality. And the same with, say, yoga. I could be teaching people how to teach other people yoga. I could just literally be teaching people yoga. I could be teaching chair yoga to old people so that they can have better mobility as they're aging. And this is all yoga, but it's teaching different people in different ways. So you really want one group of people with one problem and one solution. So, for example, the yoga part, if I was looking at this and I was going to be helping aging people have more mobility as they're getting older, more flexibility, more strength, and just better longevity in general, then I would be helping them with the longevity and mobility problems as they're aging. So that would probably be the problem that I would be fixing with yoga. And the solution might be chair yoga and particular programs around, say, chair yoga that I'm going to help them with. So chair yoga for a group of people, which is probably going to be people over 60, let's say. So 60 plus. The problem is longevity. So as you're getting older, maybe you're not feeling so good, you've got a stick, and you're in pain perhaps, and you don't have much movement, and you just want to be better with your physical being as you're aging. So the solution would be chair yoga. So it's one group, one problem, one solution. So regardless of your niche, we want to narrow that down. And if you've already got your product, then you want to start with that product, and then we want to reverse engineer the type of content that we need to create that will be congruent and get people towards our end goal, our end product. So once you understand what your end goal is, we're going to be reverse engineering from there. So start with that, and then we'll move towards the content afterwards. So step number 2 is, how will you make sales? So how will you make sales, or how are you currently making sales in your business? So perhaps you're just getting started and you haven't really thought about this yet, but we are going to be wanting a way for you to sell your products and services as you start to generate these views. And normally I find, especially as a coach or educational creator, the best way to do this is with email marketing and some form of lead magnet. So if you like emails, you can get them off with a free lead magnet, and then you can send them emails to follow up and nurture. Or a school community, which is my personal favorite because I don't really like email marketing, and I like to have one hub where I can send emails and notifications through that platform. So it becomes my marketing hub my place for nurturing clients, my lead magnet, and it basically becomes my complete business hub in one place. And I can also make sales inside. So this is, for me, is the easiest way for lazy coaches like myself. Or you can go directly to book a call, which for many people when starting out is going to be the most straightforward one to get started with, because you literally just put a book a call link onto the description of your videos and into your profile, and that's it. And then in the videos, you just say, if you would like to work with me, you can book a call, free call, by clicking the link in the video description. So that's going to be the easiest way to potentially get started. But the issue is that you don't build up any way to contact them. So you only get the people that are most ready. So the benefit of the first two is that you have some way to nurture them to then get them on to book a call. So normally I would have book a call and a school community, or book a call and a lead magnet. It's up to you which ones you do, but you want to think about this in advance and get it ready to go. So even if you've just got a simple lead magnet, which is a PDF or whatever, or it's a workshop of some kind or webinar, and then you're going to get the leads off of that, and then maybe filter them towards booking a call. And if you've got the leads, you can keep sending emails every week to try and get people to book a call. But everything needs to be congruent. We want to have our message inside the videos to be congruent to what it is that we're actually offering, which again is coming back to reverse engineering this here. So obviously we want to reverse engineer everything so that the messaging in the videos is clear and congruent, and what we are offering and selling is a natural next step. So that's your product part. So I'm not going to get into the detail of your product and so on. If you would like more training on creating your product, growing a school community and leveraging it off, and also growing your YouTube channel, then we have our free community, which I will link to in the video description, which will give you more in-depth training on this. But then after that, step number 3 is that you want to become a niche authority. And a niche authority is that you want to be a big fish in a small pond. You want to become well known for a small particular area. So again, one group, one problem, one solution. Because the days of these big generalist channels are kind of over. People they're not getting stable views, and there's a bit of a disconnect with the algorithm getting better at matching up the right content to the right people. So in terms of rapid growth, you're better off having a niche channel to be able to accelerate that. So if I was starting again and I wanted to grow in 90 days, then I want to become a niche authority. So I want to be known for something in particular. So this is probably going to be related to what your product or service is. And if it's quite general and you haven't narrowed it down to one group, one problem, one solution, then you're going to be wanting to do that now, because that's going to be a little bit confusing when we're trying to target people. Because we want to think about this almost from like an SEO point of view. So if, for example, I was helping people with lower back pain, so a good example of this is a channel called Low Back Ability. Now this guy, he literally helps people fix their lower back pain. And I think it's a great example of a simple niche authority channel. And he's getting millions of monthly views. A lot of it from shorts, but he is getting millions of monthly views. So 1.6 million views. He's doing insane. So he was creating lots of videos, and now he's not even creating that much anymore because he doesn't really have to. He's already built the authority. He's done the groundwork in the beginning, and people are coming to him. As in, his entire channel is literally about just fixing your lower back pain. So how to fix your shit back. How to cure your back pain. The sad reality about chronic back pain. Most people fail this test, and it explains their back pain. Are you seeing what he's doing? Back pain, back pain, back pain. Back pain, it's all, herniated disc, back ability, flare up back pain. It's all the same. And this is what I want you to understand. We want to have a few main words that we are going to become known for. So this is to tell YouTube what we're about and to tell the potential viewers what we're about. Now, SEO doesn't carry that much weight anymore, but this is more about you just understanding the terminology you need to use, because most of the views he's getting won't be from search. If we go back onto lower back ability here, most of the views he's getting aren't necessarily about search. They're probably from browse and suggested traffic, but he's using the same words over and over so that people and YouTube know exactly what his channel is about. There's no guessing. So coming back to this, you want to have a selection of words that you're going to become known for. And these aren't broad and general words, they're very targeted. So it could be, again, back pain, low back pain, cure back pain, fix lower back pain, exercises for lower back pain. And once you've got your selection, not a massive selection, just a few words, that's what you're going to start creating your content on. You're just going to create content on that over and over and over and over from different angles, but always on the same thing. It's going to almost be boring for you. So again, all of that content, and then we filter people off like we were doing for step 2. So whatever step 2 was here, this is going to be what you're going to send people towards. So we just want to become a niche authority for these particular things, all related to what the one group, one problem, one solution is, and then create lots of content that we filter people off towards. And then step 4 is that we're going to have a single focus. So the single focus is going to be on branded content. So having your face, that's the unfair advantage as a coach or educator these days, because anybody can create faceless videos. Anybody can create AI videos. YouTube is starting to not like them as much. You're not getting monetized. People don't trust them. And if you want to sell your products and services, then trust is everything now. You know, trust is how you stand apart from AI. So trust is absolutely everything. So you really need to get your face in your videos. So the single focus is branded videos and long form. So long form is like this type of video, rectangle types of videos, classic YouTube videos with sort of conversational types of content. And it's not going to be shorts. It's not going to be podcast videos. It's not going to be lives. Single focus for the 90 days especially. Maybe in the future you can do bits and pieces, but generally I just stick to this type of format and content because it converts better. So single focus, no other social media. So we don't want Instagram, we don't want anything else. If you really want to continue with that, do that 20% of the time, and at least 80% we want to be doing on long form. So 80% on long form. And focusing on that and that alone. So single focus, don't get distracted. Don't try and do lots of other things. This is about rapid growth of your business. So that's what we want to do. Branded content, be in the videos, classic YouTube videos. And then step number 5 is you're going to do low edit, one take videos. So for example, this is a one take video. I have my bullet points, I have my notes, and then I just speak on it. If I make mistakes, I go with it. It doesn't really matter. It's like having a conversation with a friend. And we just do these one take videos, and we want to do 45 of these videos minimum across the 90 days. So that is one video every other day, approximately. So that's a lot of videos, I understand. And that's why we want to do low edit, one take videos, because it will also remove your perfectionism, which is a pain in the butt for content creation. And it's not going to help you grow and evolve. Maybe your first 30 videos are going to be crappy, but they will just be the foundation of your channel and you bedding in your words. So people are going to get to know your words, and then you're going to become the niche authority for these particular words. And it's going to be easier for you just to create lots and lots of content. So again, the quality doesn't matter as much as the value and the message inside what you're saying. So you're going to get your numbers in, which is, especially if you're starting out and getting new, is going to be much easier. And you can improve as you go. But improve doesn't mean making everything perfect. Improve might be, oh, actually, if I got a light, my videos might look a bit better. The sound could be improved. Maybe I'll get a mic. How could I improve my intro a little bit? How could I have better notes prepared? How could I make the videos more engaging? Little micro improvements as you move forward. But otherwise, just recording videos and getting the reps in. Even if you hate being on camera, I hated being on camera. I still don't love it. But you get better and better, and it just feels more natural. It doesn't feel like a pain in the butt anymore. You're not terrified of doing it the more you do it. So you just, even if you do your first 10 videos and you don't upload them, so you just have a couple of days of practice recording, getting comfortable with it, and then you just start producing them, do that. Whatever is easiest for you to get started. But otherwise, one take videos and 45. We want a single format. So a single format for your videos. So yes, I quite like mixed format content, but for this challenge and this sort of 90-day sprint, keep things simple. Have one background, a talking head video. If you're going to do them in your car, do them in your car. If you're doing them when you're walking, do that. Have a single format that is going to work for the type of content that you're creating and going to allow you to produce content very quickly and very easily. So if you've got limited time, have a place set up in your house or room or wherever, and just have that set up ready to go. And then with your coffee in the morning, you could just produce a video and just knock it out in one take. The same goes for your thumbnails. Have one format for your thumbnails, one template in Canva, and just keep changing it. Just keep mixing it up, changing the wording, changing your image slightly, but the actual format of the thumbnail template, don't change it. Unless it's not getting any real views, but you're probably not going to get many views in the beginning anyways. So just replicate formats that are already working for other people and just stick to a format for that and just smash out your thumbnails. It's better that they just look good and they're clear and you've just got three things in them max. So some text, your face, one other element, and there's always one main element out of those. Probably in the beginning, the main element is generally going to be your face. I mean, not your face, the text. But we can go into more detail on that. Again, if you want like more in-depth training on this, go to our community completely for free at this moment in time. I will put the link in the video description. And then that's it. So don't mix things up. Keep it boring and repetitive. And if you can, I would say do 30 videos in the first month and then 15 every other day after that. Because pushing yourself to do a video every day really removes any imperfection and any limitations. It forces you to really test your niche, to make sure your niche is right, your videos are aligned, and it kind of corrects you and pushes you in the right direction a lot faster. I've noticed this myself after just doing it again. I'm actually in the middle of a sprint now, and it's amazing how it makes sure that you tweak your niche and get your niche angle right, your video content, you can see what's working, what isn't, and you very quickly course correct so that way, let's say this is the crash test dummy for your first month, and then these ones will probably hit much harder in the following 2 months and give you a lot more growth and money for your business. I hope you found that interesting. If you did, hit the like button. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you inside the next video.